Well, hello, everybody. How is everybody doing today? Gosh, let me get set up here for you guys, making sure that everything is working properly in case somebody wants to come in and give a message or two, or hello, or ask a question, because that's what this is all about. This isn't about me. This is about helping educate you, knowing if you're an empath or what a life of an empath is, if you really, really want it. It's actually a blessing or a gift, and we actually should embrace it if we believe that we do have any abilities. And so that is why I'm here, because we should really embrace any divine gifts that we're given. It is hard to do because a lot of people think that we're nuts, and we're not. And I actually already did part 1 of a 4-part series, so I might refer back to that. I'm going to be doing part 2 here at 5 p.m. Actually live if you want to come back in and ask questions. But if you are here and you're watching, please know that you can pop in and say hello, tell me where you're from. Also ask questions if you like, because it's about you. This is a learning thing that I'm going to be doing. Just the divine has brought it to my heart just real quick to start educating about what empath is, or even if it is an empath, or if you just have some other abilities that you didn't even know that you had, and they're beginning to awaken, as we say, or just beginning to start to develop. Don't be afraid of them. So that's the things that I'm going to be going over in 1 through 4 series. So this is an introductory to tell you who I am a little bit. You'll get that in number 1, but also 2, if this is really something that you want to watch. So I've been an empath, and most empaths are since birth. We just haven't developed. And almost anyone can be an empath if they allow themselves to have those chakras open up and things open up within themselves. But many fear it, so it stays squashed most of their life. For me, it was just something that it felt comfortable, but even though that I knew I was different, I had to realize, and I really didn't come out of the empath closet until I was in my 50s. And I just said, screw it, I got to be myself, because the new awakenings were growing so much. I just couldn't hold them in, but I didn't want to hold them in any longer because I was faking being somebody that I wasn't. So a lot of people that are thinking, well, am I an empath, or how do I know if I'm an empath? What kinds of empaths are there? How do I, protect my energies? How do I know what energies to absorb and what not to absorb? Those are all kinds of things that this 4-set series is going to help you educate, along with a bunch of stories, because that's how we learn, really, if this is something that you really can deal with. I have a girlfriend that actually has some sight abilities, and they terrify her, and she shuts them down because she's had a very traumatized childhood. And I'm talking about she needs to write a book, and she is too traumatized. Even though I try to work with her as a coach, she begins to open that door and then shuts it again. There are some things that we're going to tell you if you're on the right path or if you're not on the right path. So those are the little tools and tips that you'll be able to use, knowing that if you should back off or if you should actually keep moving forward with your abilities. So I hope that you'll enjoy the series. For me, my empath abilities, I actually, as you can see down on the bottom, I'm a coach. I'm not only a spiritual and intuitive empath coach, I'm also a life balance coach, health coach, because it all actually comes into play. And I think the reason why my abilities have grown so much is I've opened that door to not only spiritual side, but to understand my past, to free myself from a lot of the chains that I had growing up. some of the abuse and things like that. So those kind of things will hold us down, hold our vibrations down, our energies down. They will not allow us to flourish and open up fully. So since I did that work, it has just exploded and been amazing, and I've just embraced it. And the wisdom that comes with it for some empaths. So I won't go into the depths of all the different kinds of empaths, but I'm an intuitive empath. I have probably almost all 8 types of empath abilities within me. Some of them are stronger, some of them are weaker. It's just I haven't wanted to develop the others because I'm still trying to catch up, knowing the ones that I do have good, strong strengths with. So you'll see me on Divine Warrior Intuitive on that channel. If you're not on that channel and watching this on the replay, if you go to Divine Warrior Intuitive, you will have there will be a playlist that gives you a lot of spiritual growth videos, and sort of not tutorials, but things to watch for, signs, tips, tools, things like that, about not only spirituality, but now there will be empath videos, and you'll find definitely some intuitive tarot readings. I do that. Now, let me share with you, as an empath, the tarot part is not really 100% needed. Not for me anyway. It is a tool that I use to help others, because sometimes others need that visual. Sometimes they need that hope. But everything I do is divine driven, because my intuition is from divine, God, whoever you want to call it. If you want to call yours universe or Allah or whoever. Did I spit on myself? Anyways, whoever you call yours, that's your preference. For me, mine is God, divine. And everything that I do is divine driven. And that has what really, really enhanced my awakening, because divine is out of love and truth. And once we can get on that path as an empath, which most everybody is that you can really explode, because that is where he wants us to shine. Because everything we do as an empath is not for just us. It's actually to help and grow others. And hopefully other empaths out there are out there sharing this kind of information for you, so that you can grow, you can decide if you want to do this. And my goal, my purpose, and my mission, because I was there when I first got my abilities, because I could feel when people were dying. I could feel their energies. I just walked by them. I could feel death. I could actually predict, not the time per se, because that's not what we're supposed to know, but I would know many people, including, you'll hear the story in the first part of the series about my brother's murder, which I predicted to come. And I really didn't want to know that information. So there for a long time, I thought that this empath, and I didn't even know it was called an empath then, but all these knowings that I had, I didn't consider myself a psychic. I don't like that word. To me, it's got a negative connotation. I just have the gift of discernment, the gift of knowing. But back then, when I had all that, I used to think I was the angel of death, and that why I knew all that stuff. And so I felt like I was being cursed. We're not. We have to, it's just a phase, because we don't understand. So if you're feeling cursed, that you have some abilities that you just don't understand, try sticking it out through this series, the 1 through 4. At least I have it till 4. I don't know if it's going to go longer or not. It all just depends on my viewers. If my viewers want more of something, I will definitely touch in that. So make sure for the next 4 videos that you actually come on and make some comments or feedback, so that I know what you're looking for, what your questions are, and what you need, so that I can answer them for you. Also, if you're not a subscriber on my Get Balanced 2020, that's the actual umbrella company is Get Balanced 2020, but this is fun for me. This is an educational thing for me. So Divine Warrior Intuitive is a break off of Get Balanced 2020, like you'll see down there. This is Patty. This is my gift to everybody, being able to help everybody for free. So if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe, or even share. If you know somebody who's an empath, they're terrified that they don't even know. I mean, talking about not only empath, but paranormal, supernatural. I mean, I discuss all these things in the videos because I've had poltergeists, I've had ghosts, I've had, you want to call them ghosts or spirits that are a little bit lost, those kind of things. So I've had all kinds of things. So we discussed those. If you're afraid of it, subscribe and hit the bell and you'll know when I'm on live doing these videos. And I also do my intuitive tarot readings. If you have a certain sign you like to watch, those are also live. And you can come in anytime and ask a question. I may not be able to answer it right there and then, but I definitely will look. And if I don't get to answer your question in any of my series that I do on empath or abilities or things like that, then I will come back to it, or I definitely will read it in the comments in the evening and boop, 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 answer you for sure. So I appreciate you checking in and seeing what being an empath is all about. Let's see if you're an empath, or let's see if you have abilities that don't have to be an empath, but you might have audio, you might have visual, you might have a dream, be able to interpret dreams. Let's go find out what those are. And let's go to part 1 of 4 and watch that one. And then I'll see you at 5 o'clock on 2. They're not very long. They're about 35 to 45 minutes long. So I will see you at 5 o'clock. If this is your replay, then go to the link below for number 1 and we'll see you then. All right. Thank you for coming in and good luck. And I know that you'll get some answers to your questions on here. Take care.